Welcome back to the Real O Show podcast. Joshua and I sit down and talk about Twitter. Is Elon Musk going to make or break it? And is Vine coming back? But before we get into the show, please, if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a comment, like, subscribe, share with some others. If you're listening on audio, you can still leave a review and you can still share it. We appreciate all the support. Much love. Thank you for listening. Getting into Twitter, the role it has in society, how important is it, and how big could it be in the future?
Twitter is the modern day printing press. Essentially, it's the freest form of news we've probably ever seen before because you get all sides, right? For sure. Modern day news or the past news, it's all very political. You're either on the left side or you're on the right side, and it's the extremes. Whereas Twitter has definitely both extremes.
For sure.
But it sprinkles everything in the middle. And I think right now where the media tries to divide most people, not just in America, but everywhere, Twitter is actually a place where people can actually come together and discuss things that most people can't.
And it's open for everybody.
Everyone can do it.
So here's my thing with Twitter. I said it's decentralization of speech, not freedom of speech. Yes, there's probably freedom of speech. Obviously, you can cancel. There was some things in the past election that they were, pushing down. They were making people who were talking about very controversial things not able to get followers, not getting engagement. So yeah, whatever with the freedom of speech. But I think Twitter is the decentralization of speech. Here's the difference. There's obviously talking heads that make it on TV. The only way you make it on TV is if you fit that media, that TV's program, their MO. What Twitter allows is people who have different views. Obviously, there's both extremes, but there's also some more people in the middle that are educated, that actually know what is going on, but they would never make it on TV. So they're able to educate majority of the people, but what the big TV media has done is it's truly brainwashed the older generation. We see it with our parents, that baby boomer generation, that they grew up with the TV just coming on, 7 o'clock news. That's everything that's actually happening in the world, and that's exactly how it's happening. With Twitter, it allows you to actually see the real side, see real hot topics, current topics in other countries, world news at the snap of your finger. Plus, it's also the biggest social media platform, like by far, and I don't think that'll ever be touched as long as Twitter stays alive.
Can you give me some examples of people that you think wouldn't make it on TV but are very prominent on Twitter?
So my Twitter is very much, I would say, like financial, investing, business. The one that comes to my head, because he used to be on TV, was Michael Gaillard, who is the lead lag report, investing like professional. He used to be on CNBC all the time. But because he would always be not so much bearish, it was just that he has these it's like 5 signals, right, for investing that they flip on risk on, which is like it's a bull market, or risk off, which is like crash, downturn, something like that. And that's what he runs by. And he used to go over those on the TV networks. And they stopped asking to have it back. Robert Kiyosaki never makes it on TV, who is, obviously some guy we've paid attention to. And a guy like also is good or bad, Peter Schiff, who's like ultimate gold, ultimate like bear, and like Michael Burry. Like those are all people. Obviously, that's more investing-esque. I would like to hear some opinion from you. Maybe like even like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan would probably never make it on actual like TV news.
Yeah, I don't know if I have specific people. I mostly follow accounts. I think that's a good question on who. That's why I was asking you, because I do completely agree. I think Twitter is a decentralization of speech.
Yeah.
Whereas anyone can say it. It's like the Twitter Spaces now. Twitter Spaces are almost like the modern day like live debate on things.
It's just live radio almost.
It's live radio, but it's like most of the Twitter Spaces I've listened to. It's like you'll have a lot of people maybe agreeing with it. Maybe it's like climate change, for example.
Yeah.
And it's like they're like 80% of the people are like for climate change. And then there's 20% of people that are like, no, this is wrong. And it's like you kind of need that, and that's why I love Twitter. And I think there's always gonna be a place for it. One, it's obviously news at the snap of your fingers. Everything is real time, right? Mm-hmm. Where the news, you got a couple hours, they got to edit shit, whatever. Yeah. Twitter's raw as fuck.
What Joshua was saying was the TV has editing process. They have scripts, whereas Twitter, as long as you're not canceled, you can have a Twitter account. You can pretty much say just about whatever you want. But for good or worse, that could be the Achilles heel, which is kind of going with it with Elon Musk taking over with the freedom of speech. And he's been talking about how every conspiracy about Twitter was actually real.
That is true. I want to say this. Do you think that Elon Musk is the greatest entrepreneur, I won't say ever, but I will say I would say at least of this last century, is Elon Musk the greatest entrepreneur?
I mean, I would say in our lifetime for sure. I had a tweet a while back where I said Elon Musk is like the present day Henry Ford. Obviously, Henry Ford built Ford. Elon Musk has built PayPal, Tesla, Boring Company, SpaceX, and now he's buying Twitter. Like those are some big fucking names. So I would say he is. Plus, like, yeah, Jeff Bezos maybe has made the best company, which would make him probably one of the best, maybe the greatest ever. But the fact that you could do it with 4, 5, 6 different companies, that's just an untouched track record.
Is Elon good for Twitter?
It's a good question. I think he will make or break Twitter, because obviously there's a side of politics that hates Elon. There's a side that loves Elon. There's a lot of people that sit in the middle. Obviously, I'm someone who prides myself on sitting in the middle, seeing both sides. It's hard for me to think how poorly run Twitter was. All those stories about like employees like not coming to work, only coming to work for like 2 hours, that the people that were in the kitchens would go home at lunch because they knew no one was coming in. And that shit is not going to happen with Elon Musk. Elon Musk already went in there and fired way more people than he probably had to, then had to invite people back, which was kind of messy. And I think that is the con of Elon. Sometimes he lets his emotions get the best of him with firing all those people instead of like maybe sitting down and having a conversation, hiring someone to have a conversation, be like, hey, this person's good, this person sucks, and then kind of doing it more strategically.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to bet against Elon to not make Twitter great.
I think that Elon is arguably the greatest, and the reason why I think that he is better than, I think that Elon Musk is a greater entrepreneur than Jeff Bezos, because I believe that Elon is the mastermind behind all of his things. Yes, Jeff Bezos created a great product, had a great vision with Amazon, but like now that Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos' SpaceX, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos ain't in there telling these motherfuckers how to build rockets. And I'm not saying that Elon's in there telling rocket scientists how to build a rocket.
He might be.
But this motherfucker's smart enough to know what the fuck is going on.
No.
And it's like, I think that Elon is so astronomically smarter than every other person on this earth that he comes off the wrong way, because half the things he's doing is he's trolling people. Like, ever since he bought Twitter, I would say that Twitter is astronomically more entertaining because, one, he's stirring the pot all the time. And I think that Elon's not afraid to, like, he's not shy with things. Like, if something's out in the public, bro, he's gonna
I think you need
confront
that.
it. But that's why I think he's good for Twitter.
For sure.
I think that no matter what, for better or for worse, opinions need to be out there. You should never be in trouble for having an opinion. Like, even if it's the most outrageous opinion. And I know Kanye's been going on some crazy shit. I know there's Andrew Tate shit that's crazy. Like, yeah, so those things crazy for sure. Mm-hmm. But you still need them out there to shadow things and be, oh, we don't want people to see that. That is the most wrong shit you could ever do.
Completely agree. Twitter became so popular when we were kids because of how ruthless Twitter was, right? That is what made Twitter great. Then somewhere we decided, like, oh, you can't say these things. And yes, I think there needs to be regulation on social media, but it should be very, very broad. It shouldn't be because this person has these political beliefs, this person does this for his business, and then they start to like shadow ban you that way. It's not how it should be. It should be cut and dry what you can and cannot do. But the reason Twitter was great was because of how ruthless it was, the memes, being able to say whatever you want, and the fact that Twitter got away from that was the worst idea, but I think Elon will be able to bring that back to that. Plus, you had a good thought the other day about how Twitter's going to bring back Vine. I think would be super, super interesting with a bill, you know, in politics right now, don't know the number, but that is trying to ban TikTok. So now you got to get back to that short form content. And what I was just telling you about today is like TikTok's actually a good app. So I think a way to bring back Vine, which has that brand, which a lot of people already know, plus the 7-second videos already kind of fits with TikTok.
Yeah, I think that, one, Elon had a poll about 2 months ago that said, should I bring back Vine? Like 80% of people said yes, they should bring back Vine. 2,
Let's see who owns Vine.
Vine is owned by Twitter.
Is it?
Yes. And
so why don't they use it?
So there's actually a really good story behind that. John Shahidi, who runs Full Send, and his brother Sammy Shahidi, they both worked with Twitter back in the day, and they were telling them that they need to push Vine. Well, Twitter kind of let Vine die. Since Elon has bought it, Elon's a smart fucking guy. He knows that Twitter's about to get, or not Twitter, TikTok is about to be banned.
Yeah.
And TikTok will be banned. It's only a matter of time. Trump tried to ban it.
Yeah.
And then now you can see Democrats are like, oh, fuck. Yeah. This is not good.
For sure.
Like, you can't give other countries all this information. Like, TikTok has one of the strictest...
like video censors, words?
No.
What is it?
TikTok has one of the most strict guidelines that, like, you sign up for. So, for people that don't know this, that when you agree to go on to TikTok, they track everything. Where your fingers touch on your screen, where your eyes look on the screen. And it's not just for TikTok. They have this for every single thing you do on your phone. So if you're not on TikTok, or if you are on TikTok, they're looking where you're touching on your phone, where you're looking at your phone. Why are you looking? Every single thing you could possibly think of, they have. TikTok knows you better than you. So for other countries to have hundreds of millions of people in America knowing exactly what they're doing, what they're shopping, what they're looking for, you basically can tell everything about a person. So that's not right. And that's going to be taken care of. One way or another, they're going to find a way to get that rid of. But I think that Elon is going to leverage himself into that and take TikTok's spot. Because let's be real, YouTube Shorts are better than TikTok.
For sure.
But the interface of TikTok is better.
That's what I was just telling you
TikTok
about,
is more user-friendly. TikTok is the most user-friendly out of all the other platforms.
For sure.
And that's why everyone's kind of chasing them. But that's all going to change. Everything's going to catch up. Yeah. It's just who can innovate the best. And I think that Vine is going to come back. And I also will say this: if Vine comes back, they will not be traditional Vine. It will not be 7 seconds. It will not be.
You think it'll be 60 seconds?
It has to be longer.
For sure.
You cannot hinder people to 7 seconds. Not anymore. You can't, because you look at all these platforms. They're trying to extend it. What is TikTok doing right now? They went from fucking super short to a minute to now you can do 10 minutes. Yeah. They're trying to compete with YouTube. Yeah. Because right now YouTube owns everything. For sure. And to be honest, if you want to be a creator, you want to create on YouTube because they have the best plan to monetization, and that's everything. Where TikTok doesn't have that yet. People that are like truly big on TikTok, they're slaves to TikTok. Yeah. They're literally slaves to it. They gotta make 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a day just to stay afloat. Yeah. Whereas on YouTube, you can actually monetize all your shit.
Do you think bringing back a Vine, it will be in like the Twitter interface, or will it be a different app?
I think they're the interface.
Agreed, because here's the story with what Elon Musk plans to do. I don't know the name of the app in China, but it's like an all-in-one app. You got your social media, shopping, Ubers, food. Like, it's everything all on one app. What Twitter allows you to do, like I said earlier, it's the biggest social media platform. It's going to give you the most AI, whatever, to create what everybody wants. So I think having Vine connected, I think Elon's long-term goal is to make it a one-stop shop and try to kill all the other social media apps. I don't know if you can kill YouTube.
I think
but
that
be interested to see.
You saying that's where I see YouTube going as well. I think I see YouTube being the whole interface because, one, it's already owned by Google. It's already the largest search engine. So it's like number behind Google. Yeah. So they're one together. For me, it's like you can already see on YouTube, you can start writing messages, you can start doing status updates, you can start posting pictures now for your people. So it's like
over 1,000 subscribers.
So you can already tell where the direction they're going, right? And YouTube's notorious for letting their big creators, their people that create a lot, they get to test all these different things to see if they like it. So like you said, right now it's only 1,000 subs before you can do stuff like that. Yeah. Eventually it's going to roll out where everyone's going to be able to do it. Exactly.
I had that thought the other day that everybody's going to have like a YouTube profile that they post on, and it's going to be their social media. I had that thought like 6 months ago because I was thinking because I'm like, man, I post all this stuff on TikTok. Should I put it on YouTube and like try to get subscribers with the shorts? Because it's like getting followers, right? I definitely agree with where that's coming from, but I've always said at the end of the day, not going against like YouTube, but Twitter would be the last man standing for social media, I think. But Twitter, YouTube, I could see as those like kind of being the only two.
Those two can they can live together
for sure.
Like I think there's room for more platforms than just two or one. I think where like China, they do that for peer control, right?
Yeah.
They're doing that to control everyone. Like in China, you can't go on Instagram, Twitter. Like you have to jailbreak your shit just to be able to access that stuff. Which I have friends in Beijing that do that. Everyone does that. But there is a control factor, and I think that America is going towards that.
For sure.
But I do think that Twitter is going to become a one-stop shop. They already are promoting videos, making videos longer, making things longer, because they want to keep people on the platform. If you limit stuff to 7 seconds, you can only create so much in 7 seconds. You can't create this, like, and I'm not saying because social media nowadays isn't to create this big elaborate thing anymore, but it is to be creative in the little space you have. So I think that it's going to be somewhere in that. But I think that Twitter's going to be the end. I think YouTube's going to be the end. And they're going to have these massive platforms that aren't what you see today. It's going to be completely different. It's going to be a one-stop shop, like you said, but it's going to be 2 one-stop shops. And there might be a third in there somewhere or a fourth in there somewhere. There's a couple that are still staying around. Like, I can't believe like a Pinterest is still around or stuff like that. But those are like very algorithm based platforms that work so well that they can stay around.
Watch me get my racks, and we ball so hard they think my niggas selling crack. We was pushing packs for 260 a pound. We was down, probably had some product in your town, but now we back. Same straight for all my niggas, for all my fam. And I made about 10 racks up off these features in the end. For my grandma, hope she know that this for you and you and him. For my brothers, for my family, for my mama.